Hello everyone. In this video we are going to discuss what we can do if our DualSense controller does not pair with our PlayStation 5. Obviously, if you're watching this video, you must have come home at some point, pressed the PlayStation button on the DualSense and the PS5 didn't turn on. You manually turned it on and kept pressing the PlayStation button, but you see that the DualSense is not pairing with the PlayStation 5. So the most likely scenario is that you are stuck in this menu back here and you can't do anything at all. This usually happens when you have previously paired or connected your DualSense controller to another device, whether it be another PlayStation, a mobile phone or smartphone, or a computer or PC. If you have followed the method of pressing these two buttons simultaneously and connecting it to another device, when you disconnect it from that other device and try to reconnect it to the PlayStation 5, the most normal thing is that this happens to you. You press the PlayStation button and it doesn't link. That's why in this video, we're going to look at 3 different methods to try to reconnect or relink the DualSense to your PlayStation 5. The first method is the most straightforward and the one you should try first. First, you'll need to manually turn on your PlayStation 5. By pressing the button, you'll get to the menu, but when you press the PlayStation button, it won't link. The Play will do nothing. So the first thing you should try is to connect the controller using the USB-C cable. If possible, you should try to use the original cable that came with the PlayStation 5. In other words, the USB-C cable that came in the Play box with the controller. With this cable, there will never be any problems, and if you don't have it, I advise against using a USB-C cable that you pick up from some random store for cheap. Instead, purchase a higher quality cable that supports both charging and data transfer. If the cable is of very poor quality or just for charging, this method won't work. It needs to be a medium to high quality cable that supports both charging and data transfer. Once you've got the right cable, plug the USB-A end into the front port of the PlayStation 5 and the USB-C end into the DualSense. Once it's hooked up with the cable, push the PlayStation button. You'll see it now allows you to operate the console without issues, and at this point, you can unplug the cable and the controller will keep working perfectly. In case you can't use the cable method, either because you literally have no cable to do it, or despite having the cable it's still not working, we'll proceed with the second method where we're going to reset the DualSense. In this case, to do so we're going to need some kind of small element like the ones you're seeing, an open clip, or in this case, the typical spike clip that comes with mobile phones to be able to open the SIM card slot. Once you get an item of this type, what you have to do is turn the PlayStation 5 controller over and locate this little hole that you're seeing here, the one right next to the Sony logo. This hole is a reset button, so inside it hides a small button that if we press with this spike clip for approximately 5 seconds, we'll be able to reset the controller and return it a little to the factory settings. In principle, if you press it for 5, 6, 7 seconds, it would be enough. Once you have it pressed for that time, you remove the spike clip, press the PlayStation button, and in principle, the controller should work for you. At this time, if this process does not work for you and you have a USB-C cable, you can try once the controller is reset with this spike clip by pressing the button. If it does not link to you by pressing the PlayStation button only, then here you will try to connect the cable again. Finally, if the first 2 methods didn't work for you, we'll try the third method where you will definitely need a cable. What we're going to do in this third method is enter the safe mode of the PlayStation, and from there, connect the DualSense with a cable, and then go back to the main menu of the PlayStation. So let's take a look. As I said, the first thing we're going to do in this method is enter the PlayStation 5's safe mode. To do this, with the PlayStation completely turned off, we're going to turn it on by holding the power button the whole time. As you can see, it beeps once. Don't release the button. As you can see, it beeps a second time. You can release it now, and I'll show you the image. As you can observe, by doing this, the PlayStation has started up, but in safe mode it hasn't started in the normal menu of the PlayStation 5. And the first message that pops up is connect the controller via the USB cable and press the PlayStation button. So let's do that. Just like before, we're going to first connect the USB-A tip to the front of the PlayStation, connect the DualSense with the other tip, and once it's connected, press the PlayStation button. As you can see, another menu opens up where we can now select with the controller connected. Now, as you can see, the controller is now working, and all you have to do here is press the first option, the one that says Restart PS5. Actually, pressing this option will only bring us back to the main menu of the PlayStation 5, that is, exiting safe mode, but we have already connected the controller with the cable before. So now, if nothing happens, we can press the PlayStation button without the cable, and the PlayStation 5 will recognize it without any issue. Well guys, this is the end of the video. As always, I hope this has been able to help you, and that one of the 3 methods has helped you to reconnect the DualSense to your PlayStation 5. If so, don't forget to give me a good thumbs up, which is super important. Also, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a thing. On my part, that's all. As always, it's been a pleasure, and see you in the next video.